Hey people, you all are welcome back to the channel. Thank you for all your support, all your kind words and messages. I really appreciate. And if this is the first time you are seeing this channel, here I share sewing content around kids clothing and hair accessory. So make sure you are clicking on the subscribe button to join the family, and also turn on your bell icon so that each time I upload a new video, you will be notified immediately. So this is the dress we'll be making today, and this is for a 1-year-old child. So stay with me, let's cut and sew this dress. It is a wrap dress or an overlap dress at the upper part. It has a button instead of a zipper, but you can as well attach a zipper to your own. So let's get started. So I'll be cutting on my fabric, and I already have my upper bodice drafted here. I have a video of how to do this. The last video I posted, I'll be attaching the link to this video on the description box. Please do check it out. Since there will be no zipper, there will be need to adjust the waist circumference so that the child can put it on either through her legs or through the head. So but I'm making this dress for a 10-month-old child, but I am actually using a 1-year-old measurement, so I'm certain that this 1-year-old measurement will go through her head. So if you're making yours, make sure you are either using your hip circumference on the waist part so that the child can put it through, or you can just put a zipper at the side or at the back if you wish. So my neckline is 2 inches neck width, and you notice I did not mark my neck depth for the front and for the back, but I just want to mark for the front now. When I cut through the lines, my armhole and my shoulder, I will now separate and cut for my back. So I'll go ahead and cut through my down part and through the sides, and I'll separate this into two and cut out my back neckline. I did not cut that V-shaped neckline that I just marked. That is for the front, but I'll be modifying the front pattern after this. So I'll separate this pattern and mark my back neckline. I want to use a back neckline. The neck depth is 1 inch, so I'll mark 1 inch down and I'll connect it to that a ½ inch seaming allowance that I came up with on the shoulder part. And I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is for my back, and I'll just write on it my back pattern. So this will be just cut once. There is no zipper, so it is not into two. So for my front, remember to trim off your front armhole, but before that I'll modify my neckline. From the one side, I'll come up by 2 inches. You can come up by either 2 inches or 3 inches. From the side, just come inwards by 2 to 3 inches and connect with your ruler, either with your straight part of your ruler. But once I connect with the straight part of my ruler, it's going to increase the neck depth by ½ inch. So I'm using the curvy part just to maintain that 2 inches neck depth, except you don't mind increasing your neck depth by ½ inch. So, and I'll trim that off. My curvy part of the ruler actually went through the 2 inches neck depth, so and I'll cut that off. And this will be my front. The other part is no longer relevant, and I'll label it as my front. And this will be cut into two. So I will trim off my front armhole because I did not before now. And I now have my back and my front ready. The front will be an overlap, and I've cut on my fabric, on my lace fabric and on my doll face satin. The back is just one piece, both for the front, both for the lining and for the lace fabric. Then the front is 2 pieces, right side facing each other. Then from the 2 inches mark I came in from on the other side, I will still mark it on this side that was not cut off, so that when I overlap it, one end can meet the other at that point that I notched. So this is it for the lace and for the lining. I'll go ahead and bring my back lace material and place right side on the front and stitch the shoulder down with ½ inch, and I'll do the same thing to my lining. So my front part is still open because it is an overlap. After doing that, I will bring the two of them together, matching the seam together. As you can see, I open the seam together and match together. I just want to tag the neckline. I am not sewing it in a way that I will turn it out. No, I just want to keep the two of them together as one piece, but the shoulder is neatly closed, but I'm not turning inside out. So I will measure from one end of the overlap midway to midway the second one. I will not measure it from one end to the other. So look at what I'm doing at that place that they overlap. At the place that they overlap, I will measure one, then I'll stop at that place, but I will not stop at the exact place. I will go in by 1 or 1.5 inches so that it will overlap it and you will not see the raw edges. So 1.5 inches in at the overlap. So when I take the measurement, it gave me around 20 inches. So I'll be cutting out a circle, full circle for that to make my pleat or my ruffle. You can cut out a flounce or a circle. So I have a fabric of 16 inches by 16 inches and there are two pieces. I'll just fold into 4 to cut out my ruffle. So I'll just take that 20 inches. You can divide it by 6.28 or you can just eyeball it with any mark, any value you want. But me, I just marked 4 inches all around as the radius, 4 inches all around, and I want my flay width to be 4 inches as well. So this is my radius of 4 inches. I'll take it all around. You might not actually see it because this is a white fabric and a white marker, but I believe you can notice what I'm doing. So my width is 4 inches. I'm taking it all around as well, and I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I'll cut through the width first, then I'll cut through the radius. So when I open up, I have my circle part into 2. I will divide the both into 2 and I'll join it. So I just want to have this as one long piece. When I join it, I will hem the down part and I'll pleat or gather this to attach to the neckline. So for my sleeve, I just cut out a simple puff sleeve and I attached the selvage of the lace fabric to the down part. I didn't want to hem it, so I just want to have that design, and I cut out an elastic of 8 inches. If I attach it at one end, I'll draw it through to the other end and I'll sew on it. As I am sewing, I'm drawing it and I'll make sure it gets to the other end. After, it will give me that ruffled look. So this is what I mean. I've done this to the second sleeve, so I'll go and do it to the one I just showed you. I have a video of this on my last video, how to cut out a simple puff sleeve, and after I will gather the top part to fit into my armhole. So for my flounce, I've hemmed the down parts and I've joined them together. I'll go and make tiny pleats or ruffle to attach to the neckline. After I had finished making my pleats, I'll bring it with my upper part, and from one end I'll overlap it first, making sure I am meeting those points I notched. So as I match the 2 points together, like I said, the one that overlapped it, I would raise it up and mark either 1.5 inches in or 1 inch so that the overlap will be hidden. And from there, I would attach my ruffle through to the other end. I'll attach my ruffle straight through to the other end. And I'll come back to show you what I did. You can either pin it as I am doing it and go straight to your machine to sew, or you just sew it without pinning it. Anyone you're choosing is all fine. So after pinning it through, even if you have excess, you can cut it off. That is when you finish sewing and there are excesses, you will cut it off. So when I finish sewing it, I will overlap it and match, making sure those 2 points are meeting the place I notched are meeting together. I have finished attaching it to it, and I'll use the lace I cut it out on bias. I will use it to cover the raw edges. I'll pin it around as well, and I'll use it to cover the raw edges. You can use a cotton bias, a pre-made cotton bias, but I just want to have my look the same with the fabric. So I'll go and sew it and come back. Then I'll overlap it like this and stitch on the sides with 1 inch. I left 1 inch while I was drafting. I will stitch on the sides with 1 inch. So I'll have it like this, and on my armhole, like I say, I had made my puff sleeves, and I'll attach my sleeves to my armhole. I gathered my sleeves to fit the armhole, and after that I also made a skirt part. I cut out full circle. I multiplied my waist circumference by 2 and divided by 6.28, and I added 5 yards of net to it to give it fullness. And my upper part is ready. The armhole, I sealed it with doll face satin so that it's neat, or you can as well overlock it. So when I place together like so, matching the two notched points together from one end, the one tip will go and meet the notched point. I'll overlap it, making sure my neckline is visible, and I'll sew the down part. I'll close the down part and trim off all the excesses. Then I will attach to my skirt part, and I'll attach my button, and I'll come back to show you. This is my skirt. I'll just match the midpoint together and I'll attach it. And also I cut out a lining. I'll use it to cover up the rough edges at the down part, inside part, and I'll attach my pressing button, and the dress will be ready. So I finished doing all that, and this is the outcome. As you can see, this pressing button will allow the child to go in the dress without discomfort. So, and I made a bow and attached to it. Thank you if you've watched up to this point. And also I attached soft net of 5 yards, like I said, and this is how the inside looks. Very neat. Thank you, and God bless you. And also try to give me a thumbs up, a like, comment, share, and subscribe to your family and friends. See you in my other videos, and like I said, make sure you are turning on your bell icon so that all the videos that will be posted, you will be notified. You will not be missing out in any of them. Thank you, and bye.